does constructing a ski resort in Saudi Arabia make sense? And how is Saudi Arabia going to complete such a challenging mega-project in under 4 years without any pre-existing infrastructure? In today's video, we're going to discuss an impossible ski resort in the hot desert of Saudi Arabia. So make sure you watch the video till the end to find out more. Saudi Arabia is currently engaging in an ambitious effort to wean its economy off its reliance on oil. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman introduced the Saudi Vision 2030 to carry out this aim. This applies to the line as well, which is presently the subject of heated debate with views ranging from a hopeful new period of civilization to a horrifying dystopia. Neom will therefore have 9 additional projects beyond the line, one of which is Trojena, a ski resort that seeks to revolutionize mountain tourism and turn the kingdom into a significant regional travel hub. According to the Crown Prince during the unveiling, Trojena will redefine mountain tourism for the world by creating a place based on the principles of ecotourism, highlighting our efforts to preserve nature and enhance the community's quality of life. He continued, "It will be an important addition to tourism in the region, a unique example of how Saudi Arabia is creating destinations based on its geographical and environmental diversity." So what will this futuristic mega-project look like? The construction of Trojena will begin 50 kilometers from the Gulf of Aqaba. Tall mountains can be found in the area, some of which reach 2,600 meters above sea level. Even though Saudi Arabia is more well known for its scorching deserts, the tops of the mountains frequently see winter temperatures below freezing. This is why a year-round ski resort was chosen for this site. A ski resort, a man-made freshwater lake, and the vault, a vertical settlement beneath the mountains that will serve as the venue's primary entrance, are all planned for Trojena. The sides of the mountains will act as a roof over the village, enclosing the vault between them. This will give way to mesmerizing views of the whole resort, including the ski slope and the freshwater lake. Moreover, throughout the 4 seasons of the year, Trojena will also provide tourists with a variety of experiences. A health season, a lake season devoted to water sports, an adventure season for pursuits like paragliding and mountain biking, and a winter season will all be offered at the resort. So, after finalizing the preparations for Trojena, Saudi Arabia then made a bold proposal to host the Asian Winter Games in 2029. Western Asia has never been regarded as a potential host for the Winter Olympics due to the region's predominantly desert landscape. Saudi Arabia was the lone applicant to host the event, while the Olympic Council of Asia struggled to find a host. Saudi Arabia will therefore host the 2029 Asian Games, as the OCA officially declared on October 4, 2022. Now, although Trojena is far from finished and it's not even known whether they have already started construction, Saudi officials remain confident of hosting a winter sport event that, quote, changes perception, unquote. Neom chief executive Nadmi Al Nasser has claimed that the Winter Games at Trojena will be an unprecedented global event. However, there are still challenges to overcome if Saudi Arabia wants the venue to be ready in time for the Winter Games. Despite the developer's ultimate vision, some have questioned whether or not the resort would be ready by 2026. They noted the absence of infrastructure and claimed that the entire area will need to be constructed from scratch. So, does it make sense to host the Winter Games in Saudi Arabia? First of all, despite the fact that the mountains are significantly cooler than the rest of the area, the winters are not particularly snowy. During the winter, the temperature in this area might drop below the freezing mark. With only 2 occurrences in the previous 5 years, snowfall is still a rare occurrence in the area. But even if Trojena does receive some snow, it won't be enough to keep the ski slopes covered all winter. In order for the outdoor resort to properly host the Winter Games, artificial snowmaking equipment will be necessary. This is why Neom Managing Director Jan Patterson claims that up to 70% of the resort's snow cover will be artificial. But based on the region's weather patterns, there is also the chance that they will have to use 100% artificial snow for the event. Another amazing fact is that Saudi Arabia will not be the first country to do so, as Beijing became the first city to host a Winter Olympics using 100% artificial snow in February 2022. The snowmaking equipment is now in use with success in ski resorts all over the world and does work well. However, the extent to which Saudi Arabia intends to use them has sparked worries about how much water will be used to facilitate the games. China, for example, used over 1 billion liters of water for snow, equivalent to 1 day's drinking water for hundreds of millions of people. Similarly, the snow machines at Trojena are supposed to be fueled by the proposed artificial freshwater lake. It implies that a massive pipeline carrying desalinated water from the Red Sea will be used to pump water into the lake all year long. However, moving water upstream from a source 500 kilometers away will be extremely energy intensive. So, the project's viability is called into doubt by the difficulty of producing enough artificial snow, which has led to criticism of Saudi Arabia's sustainability claims. Building a city from scratch, especially one that will consume so much energy throughout the year, has drawn criticism from a wide range of organizations and even Olympic athletes. Additionally, some who oppose Saudi Arabia's objectives think that the country simply cares about enhancing its international reputation and has no interest in sustainability or the environment. The country has recently been very active in bringing sport tourism to its shores. They have hosted some high-profile boxing matches, Formula One races, and even wrestling events in recent months. A consortium led by the Saudi state also recently completed the purchase of the English Premier League club Newcastle United. And on top of that, Egypt, Greece, and Saudi Arabia are also in talks to submit a proposal to host the 2030 Football World Cup. Despite the criticism, Saudi Arabia remains hopeful of completing Trojena on time. So what will happen next in Trojena? According to reports, the venue's construction is scheduled to start in early 2023, and as of now, the completion date of 2026 is being maintained by the planners. Beyond the Winter Olympics, Saudi Arabia has ambitious plans for the site and anticipates 700,000 yearly tourists and 7,000 permanent inhabitants by 2030. In addition, the nation will strive to capitalize on the success of the Winter Games by submitting an Olympic bid in the future. To make all of that possible, the Desert Kingdom will need to find environmentally friendly ways to reduce the enormous environmental impact of creating brand new contemporary megacities. So, despite strong local opposition and serious derision from architectural critics, who believe Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's vision for a habitable supercomputer is at best far-fetched and occasionally on the verge of apocalyptic, the self-described world's most ambitious tourism project is moving toward realization. Nevertheless, the Neom team says it plans on even more developments, including a new private luxury island that showcases different ideas and will be announced at a later unnamed date. The press release did not include a timeline for the resort's construction to begin, but bin Salman referred to it as a unique example of how Saudi Arabia is establishing destinations based on its geographical and environmental diversity. And as things stand, the $500 billion project's initial planned components are expected to be completed in 2026. So, what do you think of Saudi Arabia's Winter Olympic plans then? Do you have any doubts about this? Or do you think the change in Saudi Arabia is hopeful? And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We will be back soon with more amazing content, so stay tuned. Then don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our latest updates. Thanks for watching.